The premise of Spain has always been important to the world with this country, paving a road and giving much influence into the modern era that we know today. Spain, or the Kingdom of Spain, is a country that is located in the southwestern part of Europe, while the country also encompasses bars of the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea as its territories, with an area of 195, 360 square miles. Spain is well recognized as the second largest country in the European Union. But did you know, amidst the vast lands they make of the country of Spain, there are still places in the country that haven't been discovered? Archaeologists have uncovered the mesmerizing discovery as they unearthed the coffin as Las Valerisos in southeastern Spain. What knowledge of the archaeologists harbored when they discovered the mysterious coffin, and what does this coffin contribute to European history? Stick around to find out as we explore how archaeologists unearthed the coffin in Spain, though it might just change everything you know about your European history. While Spain is mostly known for its food bullfights and flamenco music, this country has been extremely influential worldwide, predominantly in Western Europe and the Americas. The biggest part of Spain is positioned on the Iberian Peninsula, which includes the Balearic Islands in the Mediterranean Sea, the Canary Islands in the Atlantic Ocean, and the autonomous city of Melilla and Ceuta in Africa. The capital of Spain is Madrid, which also happens to be the largest city in the country. According to scientific studies, modern humans arrived in the Iberian Peninsula approximately 42,000 years ago. The Iberian Peninsula is a peninsula in southwestern Europe that is divided between two countries, Portugal and Spain. Before modern humans arrived, pre-Roman people were believed to have inhabited the territories of the Iberian Peninsula. Why is Spain considered to be important to the world? As one of the most powerful nations in the world, Spain has shaped global economies, banner returns, and led the European global exploration in the 15th and 16th centuries. Spain also conquered colonial expansion during its exploration, and the country's travel thrived across the Atlantic and Pacific oceans, overpowering the Aztec and Inca civilizations during these periods. In time, Spain managed to claim wide territories in North and South America, dominating the oceans and achieving global power. But did you know that Spain used to be on the Roman rule in 206 BC? Before the Romans, the Spanish peninsula was inhabited by several tribes, which consisted of Celts and Basques. When the Romans first arrived in Spain, they fought the natives and conquered the land, defeating the tribes at El Calador. Rio, which is a place near today's Seville, the country fell on the Roman occupation for roughly 700 years. However, the people in the land did not cease to fight the Romans and did not fall until 19 BC. Overall, it took 2 centuries for the Romans to gain complete control of Spain, and with those centuries came the Romanization of Spain. The Romans' conquest and colonizing the area of the peninsula led to Roman acculturation, which is an integration of peripheral population by the Roman Republic. Although the influence of Roman rule heavily inspired and impacted today's finer, leaving many towns and historic sites across the country, Rome eventually fell due to various reasons, ending its rule over the country in 474 CE. The Murcia region in southeastern Spain was believed to have been the most significant region for the Roman Empire because this particular area was abundant in use for raw materials such as minerals that were used to for silver, coins, and the Sparta grass that were used for textiles and household items. The region also used to grow crops like Hawaiian grains, which nourished soldiers and fed the city of Rome, the largest city of the world at that time. Murcia also supported the production of other valuable products like olive oil and fish sauces that were manufactured by my coastline in the area. Valuable rocks like sandstone and marble were also mined from the region as well. While the Romans extracted a lot of food and building material from Murcia, they also innovated the region, introducing their very own farming practices and transforming the area's landscape while working alongside local population to make use of the resources of the land. In addition to shaping the land and making use of the region's material, the Romans also built their villas on the Eastlands. When we think about villas, we usually think of a secluded but luxurious house that is commonly visited during vacations, and to the Romans, a villa is closely leaning towards the thought of description. In ancient Rome, a villa is generally considered the type of upper class house situated on lands that were used for agriculture. Although the idea and function of a villa have constantly evolved over time, villas were used as small farming compounds after the fall of the Roman Republic, then in the Middle Ages, villas gradually re-evolved into elegant upper-class country homes. In the Roman period, people who worked the land were the ones who normally inhabited the villas instead of the owners. This allowed the workers to gain easier access to the farms, while the villa served as a storehold for the products that were harvested from the land. In the following centuries, leading to the gradual fall of the Roman Empire, changes were made with the villas as the impact of the downfall affected even those who are wealthy. These series of events created the socioeconomic changes which spiraled the empire into crisis. Instead of occasional visits, owners would permanently reside in their villas, resulting in these buildings becoming more intricate. Today, many ruins from the ancient villas can be found across the southern parts of Spain, one of which is found in the area of Los Valerices in the region of Murcia, where a large scale of agriculture used to operate. The villa became a key example of the crisis that the Roman Empire encountered because its ruins contained all the hallmarks of the owners permanently moving into their villas. The villa was divided into two specific sections: a residential area and a working area. Although the site where the ancient villa was discovered is an extensive area, large parts of the villa remain unexcavated to this day. The discovery of these villas in the region of Murcia was considered to be significant, as these structures provide evidence of Spain under the Roman occupation. But this wouldn't be the only discovery that archaeologists could find in Los Valerices, as they would find themselves unearthing a coffin in the same exact excavation site in 2021. Archaeologists would announce their discovery of a well-preserved Visigoth coffin at Los Valerisos. The coffin was identified as a sarcophagus, which is a stone coffin adorned with inscriptions and sculptures dating back to the ancient civilizations of Rome, Egypt, and Greece. The sarcophagus was widely used throughout the Roman Empire, created from various materials like marble, stone, and wood. The unearthed coffin measures around 6.5 feet long and was adorned with intricate carvings of curving spirals. The lid of the coffin was decorated with ivy leaves, and upon opening the coffin, researchers discovered a set of human remains. The coffin was dated back between the 6th and the 7th century, with its headboard featuring a religious border known as Teru, a Christian symbol that appeared in the 4th century. Researchers proclaimed that the symbol may have signified the beginning of the end, or symbolized by the crucifixion of Jesus. Before the discovery of the ancient coffin, scientists were having trouble processing the history of excavation sites, but now that they have unearthed the coffin, archaeologists were able to identify 4 main phases of the area's timeline. The first phase of the timeline takes us back to the 1st century, when the Roman Empire was in its prime era. The excavation site at Los Valerices was discovered to have encompassed a residential area with thermal bath and facilities that were used for the production of wine, oil, and other goods. In the second phase, which occurred in the last 2nd and 3rd centuries, the buildings in the site were found to be completely transformed, as the buildings were torn down, given the structure in Los Valerices. Its design shaped today. The third phase, which occurred in the 4th century, did not present drastic changes, as the second phase did. In this phase, new mosaic floors were installed and production facilities have been altered in a way that shows that businesses in the area were declining. The 4th and final phase of the history of the excavation site was well reinforced by the discovery of the coffin, for it signified the collapse of the Roman Empire in the 5th century. Los Valerices has been repurposed by Visigoth as a burial site, converting one of the rooms in the ruined villa into a religious place. The Visigoth invaded the Roman Empire in the 4th century successfully, conquering the kingdom and ruling over Spain until 711 CE. While the discovery of the coffin certainly helps in presenting a timeline for the ruins of Los Valerices, there is a lot to discover. In the unexcavated site, it is truly amazing how much scientists can uncover upon finding an artifact, let alone a site filled with ruins. What are your thoughts on the ruins of the villas found in Spain? Do you think there is still more to be discovered from the unexcavated site? Let us know what you think in the comments below.